So today I figured I would just go on a little bit of a rant regarding the Child's Play franchise, and I'm not going to talk about the remake, but I will go into detail about the TV series, the original TV series, coming out sometime this year, because we don't have a deadline yet on the release date. Yeah, I just wanted to go on a little bit of a rant about the information that we've been brought to, I guess. This information is old information that was already brought up in, like, the summer. And it just, like, it doesn't piss me off or anything. It's whatever. It's a fucking TV show. Whatever. It's fine. But it just genuinely irks me when you have people going apeshit over information that you've heard about in the summer. Like, you know what I mean? There's information about the TV series going to sci-fi. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. It's fucking great. But didn't we already hear about that in the fucking summer? Like, why are we hearing about it now again? Like, yes, they're going to sci-fi. They're dead set on Sci-Fi Channel. It's gonna be uncensored. Thank fucking God. Like, we heard about it already in the summer. We heard about it already before. Why the fuck are they bringing it up again? Is that the only thing they can do, is just bring up old shit and say, oh yeah, like, this was never mentioned, like, or like, let's see if anybody fucking catches on to this or whatever, like. And another thing is the return of characters. It's like, it's not a bad thing to announce, but I mean, with the synopsis, okay, and the information that Brad Dourif has given out, the information that Fiona Dourif has given out, the information that Don Mancini himself has given out, why the fuck are we hearing about it again? It's so obvious. It's obvious that Jennifer Tilly's gonna come back. It's obvious that Fiona Dourif's come back. For the love of God, it's pretty fucking obvious that Brad Dourif's coming back. Like, what the fuck? It's pretty fucking obvious and shitty, kind of, that Don Mancini's coming back too. I'm not the biggest fan of Mancini. He's a good dude. He's kind-hearted as fuck. But holy fuck, dude. You're burning this franchise to the ground. Oh my God. But anyways, yeah, so the return of Jennifer Tilly and Fiona Dourif, okay? It's obvious. You know what I mean? It's so fucking obvious that they were gonna come back. Okay? If this is supposed to be a continuation of Cult and the rest of the franchise, I guess, it's pretty obvious that they're going to come back. But I would understand, okay, like, here's the thing. I would understand if they announced the return of characters before they announced the synopsis, I guess, or released the synopsis. But it's still so unnecessary. Like, if you really sat down and thought about this, okay? Like, you're sitting, like, as a big Chucky fan, right? You're sitting down on the couch or in your bed or whatever, sitting down thinking, like, so Jennifer Tilly's coming back, fucking Fiona Dourif is coming back, this must be a continuation of the Cult of Chucky. Obviously it's a continuation, but I mean, again, like, if you were a big Chucky fan like me, you would know. You would just, like, you wouldn't know, but you would have that gut feeling, like, oh yeah, like, they're coming back. Awesome. Thank God. It's fucking sweet. You know? Fiona Dourif is a wonderful actress. She knocked it out of the park with Curse and Cult. I'm glad to see her returning. Jennifer Tilly, not so much. It's not a bad thing at all. I still love the fuck out of Jennifer Tilly. She's beautiful. her acting chops have gone down a little bit from Bride. Like, it's the information, man. Like, why are we being told about this information being new when we already heard about it in the summer. And we already had that gut feeling that they were going to come back because of the synopsis. Yes, the synopsis reads that Chucky is found in a suburban yard sale and blah, 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 blah. It's a continuation of Cult. Holy fuck, dude. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if next week or whatever, Don Mancini releases the fact that Andy Barclay's coming back. Like, no shit! We need to fucking end the story of Cult. You know what I mean? We, like, as fans, as hardcore fans, we're gonna want to know what the fuck happened to Andy. Obviously, because he's like the fucking main basis of this franchise. One of the main bases, that not being Chucky, obviously, because Chucky's the fucking man. Anyways. But it's just so obvious. Like, oh, it's so unnecessary as well. You know what would have been fucking awesome to have? To have a little, you know, like a little a tease from Mancini or something, like on Twitter or whatever, saying, "Oh, guess who's coming back?" And it's fucking Karen Barkley. Why not? Why not bring back the fucking mother from the first film? No, let's just bring back fucking Kyle from the second film. Like, okay, great movie, by the way. I still love that movie a lot. But, like, to have Kyle come back at the end of Cult, a bit unnecessary, okay? I would have preferred having Karen come back and maybe a small cameo from Mike Norris. But, like, oh man, I don't know. I feel like Don Mancini is just, for one, I feel like it's going to be a satire. I feel like there's going to be jokes left, right, and center about the remake as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Chucky went up to somebody and said, "I'm not your fucking buddy," or whatever, right? Like, oh, I feel like this TV series could have so much more potential if we didn't have Mancini. And I'm not saying that to diss the guy, okay? Like, I know I've went on my rants before about Mancini. Again, he's a cool fucking dude. He's dope as shit. He is the creative force behind Chucky. But again, he did not create Chucky on his own, okay? He needs to give the credit where credit is due. And he needs to stop holding on to that credit to himself. But, yeah, like, with that being said, I just feel like this TV series could be so much better if we didn't have Mancini in it. Or maybe if he was just creative influence, maybe. He has pretty decent directing skills. I don't mind. But, I mean, just imagine how dark Chucky could be if somebody else directed him. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody else wrote the story, you know what I mean? If somebody else fucking wrote the script. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the Chucky movies. I'm a huge Chucky freak, like I've said ad nauseum on this channel. But I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about this TV series. Like, and the whole spiel about the remake, like when it was released in the summer, and like even before that, just the way certain people from the original franchise were behaving, you know what I mean? It's childish. Child's play, no fucking pun intended. But it's childish. It's so fucking childish that you deny having creative input into the remake, okay? And I'm surprised I said that I wouldn't talk about this remake, but hey, here we fucking are. I just think that his whole behavior, or honestly, yes, Mancini's behavior with the remake and everything, I think it was just too childish, and I don't think anybody's gonna want to take him seriously with this TV series now, because he's trying He's trying to make himself like the big bad wolf, you know, like this is my game, like this is my baby, you know, like, but is it? It's not your baby. Yes, you were the creative force behind Tom Holland's original script. And if you guys would like, just check out the description down below. I'll leave the script in the description for you guys. I've read the script ad nauseum. It is a beautiful script. I really like how Tom Holland wrote like the story, like, and how dark it could be, and how like it got into specifics too, like, you know what I mean, like Chucky. And yeah, I'm looking at my Good Guys doll as I say this, but like the way Tom Holland wrote Chucky, like the doll, it's like it feels like an 80s doll, you know what I mean? It feels like you just picked up this doll from a yard sale and it doesn't work too well, right? It needs new batteries. Like, it feels like, reading the script, it feels like you're at home. And I know it sounds kind of fucked up because, like, people die. Like, it just feels like, oh yeah, like this, it's very nostalgic, if you will. Very nostalgic in a way, like, and it's funny because reading that script, you're not really feeling nostalgic over, like, oh my god, like, reading the script again, right? And it's like, no, like, you read this script and you're thinking, like, holy shit, man, like, I remember what it was like to be a kid and have fucking toy squirt gun and shit, and fucking have, like, an obsession with, like, fucking cool dolls and shit, and, like, I don't know, but, like, people need to understand that. And Don Mancini himself needs to understand this as well. He's not 100% the creative force, okay? Yes, he is the creative force. There are multiple people who are the creative force as well. David Kirshner, Kevin Yeager, you know, like the people who made the dolls and shit, the people who wrote down ideas on what the doll should look like, and the fucking Tom Holland saying, yes, we should add voodoo into it. It's an 80s movie, you know, it could be fun, it could go somewhere. But for the love of God, like, stop taking all the credit, man. Stop taking all the credit. Stop bringing back old information that we already heard of. I'm not trying to assume, but it just, bringing back the old information that we already blatantly, obviously fucking knew about, it just makes it seem like you're just trying to grab their attention, like, oh yeah, like, I remember this now, like, yeah, like, I totally forgot that this was a fucking thing, like, I totally forgot that the TV series was happening or whatever. Like, relax, okay? Nobody's forgetting about your TV show. Nobody's forgetting about Chucky. Trust me when I say that. Nobody is forgetting about Chucky. Chucky is a force. And I know it sounds like a Michael Myers thing, but I mean, you know, like, he's one of the top slashers. How the fuck can you not remember, how can you not remember Chucky, right? Like, how could you forget Chucky? How could you forget Michael Myers? How could you forget Jason Voorhees? How can you fucking forget Freddy Krueger? We've come a long, long, long way from the 80s, from 1988, okay, all the way down to 2020. We are here. We are in a very new generation. Bring back that scary-ass Chucky from part 1 and 2, okay? He got a little bit funny in Child's Play 3. And then, of course, the rest of the franchise was just satire. Bride was great. I liked it. It felt very 90s, which is fine. It's totally fine to do that. It is totally fucking fine to do that. But we go on to Seed, and, like, what the fuck happened? For one, most of the scenes, like the portrait scenes where we see, like, the sunrise or whatever, or the, like, fucking Jennifer Tilly's mansion or whatever, right? And, like, it just seems too fake. Like, it just seems like there's a green screen, you know what I mean? Okay, like, they did very well with Curse. However, the plot hole, or plot twist, if you will, it threw me off. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it threw me off. Why would you have this new family, like, connected to the 1988 film? Like, no! Don't do that! Do not connect this new family to the 1988 film. Do not try to change the origin of how Chucky became Chucky. You know, like, if you watch the original 1988 film, he didn't run away from the police because he had a chick hostage, okay? And he definitely didn't have a chick hostage in the Tom Holland script from 1987. And actually, okay, here's the thing. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a taste of the script. In the original script from 1987, okay, because the 1988 script, the film was released in 1988, okay? So this was a year prior. The 1987 script, in the beginning, we have Brad Dourif with Eddie Caputo. I haven't read the script in quite a long time. I think it's been like 5 or 6 months. But we have Charles Lee Ray with Eddie Caputo, yes. And they're trying to just hunt down women. And then in that script, we have Detective Mike Norris as an undercover cop, right? He's being undercover. If you watch the original film, you'll see, like, in the like opening shot, we see Charles Lee Ray running away from Detective Mike Norris, right? We see, if you pay close attention to Mike Norris, he's ripping off like a scarf or a dress or something, right? Like, he throws it away and he's fucking running from him. That's because in the original script, and this is a deleted scene actually, I read this online, trust me, I've done my research. In the original script, Detective Mike Norris was undercover as a woman to try and catch Eddie Caputo and Charles Lee Ray, the Lakeshore Strangler. It has nothing to do with Nika or Nika's mother, right? They're just playing it off so simply, you know what I mean? Like, they're just, yeah, like, he hunts down people, he kills people, okay, now he's in shit, he's running away from the police, he's gonna get fucking gunned down, okay? Don't make it this whole thing like, oh yeah, you're fucking, like, Andy's cousin or whatever. Like, I think that's what they did in Curse. Like, I think, because like, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Alice was Andy's niece. Why? Just make it a random ass family. Have no connection to the first film whatsoever. And if you want to throw in a little cameo from another film, throw in Glenn or Glenda or whatever, like, as human form. Please do not give me that god-awful fucking transgender doll. Again, okay? As I've said this before in my previous videos, I have zero issue with transgender people. It is your life. Do your thing. They did not, like, Seed of Chucky did not utilize that character to my extent, I guess, you know, like, to a way I could understand it. But, like, the way Glenn / Glenda / shitface, do you get my point? The way he was utilized, the way that character was utilized, it's just complete satire. It's fucking hilarious. We have a doll with no penis that pisses himself, and we have doll parents, okay? Like, oh my god. We have doll fucking parents trying to figure out the gender of their doll child. What the fuck? Anyways, guys, that's my rant. What do you guys think about this TV series? What do you think about the original franchise? What do you think about the remake? Did you like the remake? Do you want a sequel in there? Let me know in the comments, man. Have a good one.